Here's John 12 verses 9 to 16 from the New International Version, NIV, of the Bible. 9 Meanwhile a large crowd of Jews found out that Jesus was there and came, not only because of him but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. 10 So the chief priests made plans to kill Lazarus as well. 11 For on account of him many of the Jews were going over to Jesus and believing in him. 12 The next day the great crowd that had come for the festival heard that Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem. 13 They took palm branches and went out to meet him, shouting, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the King of Israel. 14 Jesus found a young donkey and sat on it, as it is written. 15 Do not be afraid, daughter Zion. See, your king is coming, seated on a donkey's colt. 16 At first his disciples did not understand all this. Only after Jesus was glorified did they realize that these things had been written about him and that these things had been done to him. Expounding on the passage. Verses 9 to 11, the miracle of raising Lazarus from the dead had drawn a lot of attention. Many Jews, having witnessed or heard about this miraculous sign, started to believe in Jesus. This posed a threat to the religious leadership's authority, hence their plot to kill both Jesus and Lazarus. Verses 12 to 13, the event described here is the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem, celebrated today as Palm Sunday. Crowds gathered to welcome him as the long-awaited Messiah, using the term Hosanna, which is an expression of adoration, praise, or joy. This act of laying down palm branches was a sign of victory and celebration. Verses 14 to 15, Jesus riding on a donkey was a fulfillment of a prophecy from Zechariah 9 verse 9. In ancient times, kings and leaders might ride horses into cities during wartime, but they rode donkeys during times of peace. Jesus, by choosing a donkey, emphasized his role as the Prince of Peace and demonstrated the nature of his kingdom, one of peace and humility. Verse 16, this highlights a recurring theme in the Gospels where the disciples often did not understand the full meaning of events or Jesus' teachings until later. Their realization came after the resurrection, when Jesus was glorified. This underscores the human nature of the disciples, as well as the unfolding nature of divine revelation. Some truths become clear only in hindsight or after further reflection. The passage as a whole captures the rising tension as Jesus' ministry reaches its climax. It foreshadows the events of the Passion Week, leading to Jesus' crucifixion and eventual resurrection.